Hello everyone and welcome to a new video from Your Destiny. I'm Eddie the Chump and today we're going to compare two of the most popular hand cannons, the Better Devils and the Sunshot. Now it's no secret that hand cannons on PC are extra crispy, and when making the choice of which one to give people the sauce with, we're now given a multitude of choices as so many more weapons are usable and even actually good on mouse and keyboard. But before we get to off-meta picks, let's figure out which one of the two big hitters is actually the best. With one being kinetic and the other energy, there are further reaching implications to the rest of your loadout to consider too. But enough talk, let's look at the stats comparatively before moving on to subjective thoughts about how each gun feels. Right, first things first, the rate of fire. 140 to 150. The Sunshot will shoot ever so slightly faster than the Better Devils, meaning it has a potentially faster time to kill, if only by a fraction. The impact numbers of 84 to 78 would seem to favour the Better Devils, but that's a bit misleading because they're both 4-shot archetypes. The only way it could make a significant difference is in when fighting outside of each gun's ideal range anyway, so it's not a huge deal. Both guns share a very similar range stat at 46 to 47 respectively. Now one thing to remember is that they both have explosive rounds, which functionally gives them more effective range anyway. The explosive part of their damage is not affected by range fall off, it's part of the reason they're such good multi-purpose weapons. What's also true is that statistically, their stability numbers are very close, 52 to 50 in favour of the Better Devils. In practice I found that the difference is actually a little bit more pronounced than the stat suggests. The Sunshot is harder to control, especially on console. Now onto two categories where the Sunshot has the clear edge, handling and reload speed. 60 and 28 compared to 92 and 75. It's not even close. The Better Devils does feel much slower, like you have to be more deliberate with it. Yes, it has more rounds in its magazine, but because it takes forever to reload and is slower to aim in, it suits a slightly less aggressive playstyle. I will say this, on PC that sluggishness is easier to deal with, but likewise the speed advantage the Sunshot has is even more pronounced on that platform. A big reason why the Sunshot is not as popular for PvP on console is because it has way less aim assistance than the Better Devils, a measly 60 compared to the Devil's 75. Factor in the more severe recoil direction of 98 to 88, and it's easy to see why it's hardly ever used in that setting. But on PC, that aim assist stat means nothing, which is why you're seeing the Sunshot in virtually every Crucible match and PvE public event. These guns are a lot closer when people can more effectively control each of the gun's weaknesses. All of this stat talk very roughly equates to the following. The Better Devils is easier to control, but isn't quite as responsive, and the Sunshot is wilder, but feels lightning quick. Which one is better then depends on how you want to play. There is one thing that we haven't talked about, and that's perks. The Sunshot, being an exotic, is locked. You can't change anything. But the Better Devils has 3 sight options and a choice between extended mag or flared magwell. Extended mag is on by default and gives it 13 rounds, whereas flared magwell will make the gun reload faster and have slightly increased stability, but at the cost of a smaller magazine of 10 rounds. It's a compromise really. I like to run it with extended mag, just so I know I won't run out of rounds mid-fight, but you may prefer flared magwell. As for the sights, you get a choice of fast draw, which is standard, steady hand, which gives you a bit more stability for a tiny bit less handling, and sure shot, which makes the stability and handling much worse for a bit more range. Again, I think the standard setup is the best, but you may prefer one of the others. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. Which is better in PvE? And which is better in Crucible? Well, because of the Sunshot's quicker performance and Sunblast explosive perk, I think that is the clear choice for PvE. Sunblast is better than other perks of its ilk. Enemies explode on any kill, not just precision ones, and it's not a tiny explosion mostly for show either. It will do significant damage to enemies that are huddled together. Its magazine size and wilder nature are under less performance pressure in PvE, and it just has so much going for it, the Better Devils can't really compete. It's not that the Better Devils is unusable in PvE. A larger magazine is useful, but the Sunshot can also shield break too because it's an energy weapon. It's just more dexterous. In Crucible, however, it's a lot closer. I actually think both weapons are amazing and equally usable. The main decisive factor will be in what you accompany each weapon with and how you want to play. The Sunshot can be paired with many great aggressive playstyle kinetic weapons, namely the Anti-Oak D SMG or the Lincoln Green Pulse Rifle, which on PC gets a new lease of life. So much so, we might make a video about it. That is probably my favourite setup right now personally. The Better Devils can be paired with a Uriel's Gift or a Last Hope, so its options are great too. Truth is, I've had amazing games with both. I think the Better Devils is slightly easier to use, but the Sunshot can reward you with practice. I know it's a cop-out, but I'm gonna call it a draw for PC Crucible. You really can dominate with either. It just depends on how you want to play the game. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating. If you never want to miss another video of ours again, please click the bell icon next to the subscribe button on our channel to join the notification squad. You'll be in good company. And finally, please check out our Twitter. It's where you can find updates about new videos and other cool stuff. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time,